Today is Sunday, October 21st, 2012, at the Yechiel Foundation. We're going to continue with the secrets of the Zohar. We're continuing with Bereshit. We have been with Bereshit for more than a year, and I think we still have a few months to go. Bereshit is a whole treatise of the Zohar, a very deep one. If you understand Bereshit, you will have understood practically the whole Torah. The Zohar refers to Psalm 25, verse 14, where it says, "The secret of the Kadosh Bereshit is with him that fear him, and he will show his covenant to those who wish to know him." Do you remember in the last class when I spoke of libido? That is the first step man must take toward the Lord. That's libido. Just like libido is what can make a woman desire a man. Libido can make a man desire his creator. If that desire is not there, the secrets of HaKadosh Baruch Hu will not be revealed. And the covenant between HaKadosh Baruch Hu and those wishing to know the secrets will not take place. So the most important thing to know the secrets of heaven is to desire to know them, to feel libido toward the Lord. We also spoke of Hanoch, and we said that Hanoch was called adolescent, or Na'ar, and that he knew supreme wisdom, to the extent that the Lord took him from this world for his personal service and turned him into Metatron. Another who sought HaKadosh Baruch Hu and deserved the covenant with the Creator was Moshe Rabbeinu. And Moshe Rabbeinu had a great merit, which was that he created unity between the world of above and that of below. He joined two worlds, the world of the visible and of the invisible, which we will discuss in depth today. We know that the entire tree of life is charged with energy, and that energy comes from the Supreme Being to the physical world. And the one to charge the battery, so to speak, of that tree of life was Moshe Rabbeinu. He got the living spirit to travel through it from Keter to Malchut. And regarding Moshe Rabbeinu, we know that he brought the 10 sayings, or mistranslated 10 commandments, to this world on tablets called charut, which say they must be read cherut, that is, freely. Free from what? The tablets were not graven. They were made to give freedom. Freedom from what? It doesn't say. What is it that we call freedom? People think that being free means doing whatever you want. If they only knew that people who think themselves free aren't doing whatever they want because they're under the law of the tikkun, the law of karma, so they're not free. So what freedom are we talking about? Zohar Ha Kadosh tells us that it's freedom from the angel of death. When we speak of the angel of death, we speak not just of physical death. There are many kinds of death. There can be the death of a project that is not carried out, the death of a marriage that does not go well, the death of descendants due to assimilation or other things I don't want to mention, the death of a person who begins to write a book and doesn't finish it. There are many possible deaths. All of it is down to the angel of death. When something is begun and not finished, that's called death. And when you're free from the angel of death, it means that everything that is begun prospers without interruption. That is being free. If you begin something and it gets disrupted, the switch goes off, that means the angel of death has intervened. And what is it that we say? When the Mashiach comes, there will be no more death. We're not talking just about the death of the body. We're talking about the happiness of human beings, being able to finish whatever they begin. The Zohar says something very beautiful. Moshe Rabbeinu overcame the angel of death in such a way that Moshe Rabbeinu did not die. He did not die. Although it seems that in the Torah, Moshe Rabbeinu is narrating his death. He's not really narrating his death, but his exit from this world. But he did not die. He was taken from this world without dying. And he continues to give light to this world from the dimension where he is. The proof is that
Rabbi
Shimon Bar Yochai had Moshe Rabbeinu present himself to him in the cave under the name of Raya Me'imna, the faithful shepherd, and he gave him the solution to the great secrets that
Rabbi
Shimon Bar Yochai had not been able to decipher. And the Zohar Ha Kadosh says that this world down below is nothing but a mirror. So where did Moshe Rabbeinu go? To the causal world, not the world of effects, but that of causes. Where is this world? It's in Gan Eden, the Garden of Eden. It says, Adam in Gan Eden was surrounded by angels who paid tribute to him and revealed to him secrets about the Creator's knowledge. In other words, the greatest pleasure that a human being can have, and that his soul can have, in all the levels of his soul, Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama,
Chaya and Yechida,
is to know the secrets of his Creator. That is the greatest pleasure. And I'd like to make a comment about this. In the Torah, there's a phrase that seems to be the cornerstone of the entire Torah, which is,
ואהבת לרעך כמוך.
you will love your neighbor as yourself. How can I love my neighbor if I don't know what love is? Let me tell you one thing. Who can tell me what love is? I can assure you that we all have the wrong definition of love. What is love? I'm very curious for someone to tell me what it is, because everything that's in literature about love is wrong. And I'll show you why. How can I love my neighbor if I don't know what love is? First, I should discover what love is to be able to love my neighbor. But I don't know what it is. Do you know what it means to love your neighbor? I don't. Nor do I know what it means to hate my neighbor. There's a lot of silence in here. No one has loved. No one knows what love is. Love is an energy that the Lord gives you only when you study the secrets of the divine essence. When you study the secrets of the essence
Of the Creator,
when you're studying Zohar, love for your Creator is born because you're studying or understanding mechanisms so sublime that they don't fit in your heart. That is love. So first, I must know what it is to love my Creator. I must discover that love. How many study the secrets of the Torah in this world? And how many of them, from studying Torah, have love for their Creator enter them? How many? Very few. And once they've discovered this love for their Creator, they know what it is. Then they can give it to their neighbor. Like the case of last week.
אהבת התענוגים.
Is love for your Creator. But when does it come? When you study the secrets of your Creator. What do they reward you with in Gan Eden? By revealing the secrets of your Creator. And it is a love so great that it's impossible to continue living once you've discovered that love. That's why it's written, no man shall see my face and live. No human being can see
The Creator.
God's face and survive. It's a love that does not fit in a living being. It's so great. The living being bursts. First, I should discover that love before saying, I must love my neighbor, without bursting. Without bursting. Today, the Garden of Eden is made up of legions of our colleagues. In Zohar Ha Kadosh, the word colleague is equivalent to Kabbalists. When
Rabbi.
Shimon Bar Yochai speaks of colleagues, he means his Kabbalist students. And what do the colleagues do in the Garden of Eden? They meditate on the mysteries of their Creator. And they melt with pleasure as they discover the secrets of heaven. The greatest possible pleasure you can imagine is to discover the secrets of the world above. There is no greater pleasure. When they say that they promise you Olam Haba, that means that they promise you the chance to go to the school where the secrets of your Creator are revealed. They're secrets that open the heart to an unimaginable degree. And in this Gan Eden, this garden with legions of Kabbalists, there are many Tzaddikim, many of the righteous. Who are these righteous ones? Their souls. Souls who have not rejected their Creator while on earth, under any pressure or threat. In other words, the forces of evil can try to make you deny your Creator. And those who have resisted that pressure and not denied their Creator are called the Tzaddikim. Their reward is that secrets are going to be revealed to them in Gan Eden. Those mortal threats that attempt to deviate you off of the path of love for your Creator is called the adulterous woman. The threats are called adulterous woman. When they tell you it's a sin within the 10 Commandments to commit adultery, that is, to succumb to the mortal threats that take you further from God, that is the secret of that saying, so to speak. Here, in the dictionary of Zohar, there are 2 words revealed, the word Chokmah and the word Binah. Every time we speak of a sister in the Torah, we're referring to Chokmah. And when we refer to a friend, we are speaking of Binah. The friend is Binah, and the sister is Chokmah. And you see how everything is in code in the Zohar. And here it says something that's very beautiful, that we don't have to worry about the fate of Israel. Why not? Why shouldn't we worry about the fate of Israel? Because there are 3 guardians who will protect the fate of Israel. Every time that Israel is in a state of,
Tzarot.
that is, troubles, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, from the world where they are, implore the Shekhinah to protect the people of Israel. In other words, we have 3 bodyguards who, in times of trouble, will protect the people of Israel. That is why we have not disappeared. If not for those 3, Abraham, Isaac, and Yaakov, who have always interceded in heaven for us, we would have vanished long ago. And the Zohar also goes back to the meaning of the word Bereshit. We've seen how it's been explained in many ways. We have seen how Bereshit was Bereshit, created 6, 4 cardinal points up and down. Shit in Aramaic means 6. Bara means created. But here it also says Bet Reshit, 2 beginnings. And not really 2 beginnings, but 2 temples. The temple of above and that of below. That means when the temple was built here below, it was the mirror image of that of above. So, the temple of below was not destroyed until that of above was destroyed, because the temple of below is just a mirror image. So, the question is, how was the temple of above destroyed? We will see. Here, we are approaching a very beautiful and very deep matter that will clarify your lives and resolve many issues in your lives if you listen closely. Zohar Ha Kadosh tells us that this world is divided into 2 parts: a visible world and an invisible world. What is the visible world and what is the invisible world? To explain it, I need to use a pedagogical example, like from teacher to student, for you to understand. Let's imagine a movie projector and a screen. A projector and a screen. When we're watching a film on the screen, what are we watching? The projector or the screen? The screen. So, the visible world, according to my metaphor, is the screen. And the invisible world, what would it be? The projector. Now, as for the screen, does it judge or not? It only receives. It only reflects. But the object that projects will decide what the screen receives. Is this world the projector or the screen? The screen. So the question is, what's the projector? If this is just a reflection, and everything happening to us is a reflection, what is the projector and what is it projecting? What it projects is going to be reflected on screen. In a simple way, our life scenarios, the things that happen to us, that's the screen, the visible world. Everything that happens to us is simply the screen. Now then, what's the projector projecting? You can write it down. It projects our emotions. It projects our beliefs. It projects our paradigms. And for people who don't know the word paradigm, it's a very important word to know. What is a paradigm? Can anyone tell me? A concept that's globally accepted because it's true. And if it's false, people still believe it. For example, one paradigm was that the earth was flat. And when someone came and said the earth was round, that person was almost burned at the stake in the village square. It had been accepted by everyone that the earth was flat. That's a paradigm. Do you know how many false beliefs are anchored in our minds that are based on paradigms? You have no idea how many ideas they have anchored in our brains, and we've considered them valid because they've been repeated to us since we were children, and we've accepted it. Do you want to know another paradigm? Time is linear. A man came into this world who destroyed almost all the paradigms. Do you know who he was? Einstein. He said, it's all relative. And he began to destroy paradigms and to say no to all the paradigms. People thought he was crazy. Did you know he was kicked out of math class when he was a student because they thought he was clueless? We're talking about this man. The projector is our emotions, beliefs, and paradigms. And you must know that if a person, thanks to their beliefs, can reach high levels of consciousness because of a paradigm, that belief can be blocked. So it's very difficult to break down paradigms. The projector also projects our virtues and defects. It projects our hopes. It projects our fears. And it projects our loves. Between emotions, beliefs, paradigms, virtues, defects, hopes, fears, and loves, that will define what happens in the visible world, which are our life scenarios. When whatever is in the projector is chaotic, a life of chaos will be reflected on screen. If we do not control our emotions, beliefs, virtues, fears, and loves, if we do not control all of this, our life will be chaos. And it's not because people have come to make our lives into a chaos. We've projected it ourselves because our soul does not live in this world, but in the invisible world. Our body lives in the visible world. So, depending on how your soul lives and feels, the body lives and feels either happiness or chaos. Now, in your opinion, is our world a beautiful world or an ugly world? Our planet. What is our planet like? Wonderful. Beautiful. Beautiful. With its forests, its seas, its beaches, its waterfalls, its sundowns, its sunrises, with a variety of animals and birds, colors and flowers. What is our Earth like? A wonder. Good. If our Earth is a wonder, and our planet is a wonder, and Earth is the visible world, what is it reflecting? Who is the projector for that screen of this beautiful world? It's the consciousness of our Creator, our God. If you look at nature on this earth, you'll see the reflection of divine consciousness. How beautiful God is, isn't He? Our Creator is beautiful. He lets us see the screen of His consciousness. What great beauty. Yesterday I said to myself, divine consciousness is a wonder. It's reflected on our planet. And now, on to another section of the Zohar, in which we will enter into the secrets of the angels. Those who have performed teshuvah in their lives, who have performed repentance in their lives until the end of their lives, there is an angel responsible for them called Adiliel. The Zohar tells us that those of the people of Israel devoted to the study of the Zohar as we are now, all angels of creation, and there are several, as we'll see, will bear witness to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that we are studying the secrets of His essence. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu takes note of those who do this work. And assigns an angel named Padael, the chief of all angels of mercy. This angel has the ability to open the doorway to our desires and prayers. But to activate mercy, it's necessary to study the Zohar. In this world, there can be two things, either mercy and harmony or chaos. Solution: if you don't study secrets of the Zohar, this angel is not activated, and you go from harmony to chaos. Why have we come to this world? Only to bring harmony. How is harmony brought? By studying the secrets of the Zohar. End of story. There is no other solution. The only purpose for which we have been born is to study the Zohar and none other. Those not born Jewish and decide to convert to Judaism, that is, to study the Torah and its secrets, activate an angel called Rachmiel, which comes from the word Rahman, which means merciful. The angel responsible for children who could have studied the Kabbalah but have not because they were not introduced to it, have as their guardian the angel Ainael. Those who had the intention of performing teshuvah, of repenting and return to the Creator, but who died before achieving it, have as their guardian the angel Adrainael. And here there's something that's very important that has to do with the Shoah, the Holocaust of the Second World War. Please listen closely. The angel who is responsible for the Jews who were killed by non-Jews, that angel is called Gadriel. And we know that all of us born on this earth have been born to settle an account. But he who has been killed by a non-Jew, the angel Gadriel settles their account. That is, that person has fulfilled their tikkun. They no longer have to return to this earth. It's as if they'd lived a perfect life. The 6 million Jews killed by the Germans have fulfilled their tikkun. And if they had not been killed, they probably would have had to continue until fulfilling their tikkun and be reincarnated again and again. Well, this angel, Gadriel, erases with his eraser their tikkun. And above all the angels we've just listed, we have the angel Michael, chief of all angels, who governs over hundreds of thousands of angels, who is responsible for observing the soul that desires to know
God.
And that angel that observes souls that seek the Lord with great yuzel, great determination, is responsible for giving them the divine light, so they have the reward for their search. Then the light from above shines down over that person. It envelops them. Their heart rejoices, and it enables them to discover the secrets of Chokmah. What are the secrets of Chokmah? What does the word Chokmah mean? It's divided into 2 words. Which are they? Koach, which means strength, and Ma, which is Memche. Its numerical value is 45, just like the word Adam. But there is also a name of the Lord that has a value of 45. So, it's the strength of knowing this name of God. So, it enables that person to contemplate the mysteries of the name of God. But, in the language of the Zohar, the Sefirah Chokmah is called Zohar. This means that studying the Zohar is to enter Chokmah. And we've seen in our lessons that Kabbalistic meditation is the gateway to a world of Chokmah. It tells us all of the evil decrees that come to the world come from Ma'adim. What is Ma'adim? Ma'adim is the planet Mars. And the planet Mars is related with the Sefirah Gevurah, which is rigor. But the prayers that are accepted by the angel Padael, the angel of mercy, and he who studies the secrets of the Zohar, can recover the evil decrees that come from Ma'adim, turn them around, and turn them into decrees of good. What an amazing power that comes from studying the Zohar. A power that can turn around the evil decrees that come to this world. He who is able to do the supreme Yehud. Do you know what Yehud is? The union of names of God. And here we're speaking of the name of God, which is Yabok, the one that unites 3 names, which have a numerical value of 112. Ichye, Yud-He, Vav-He, and Amonai, Aleph, Dalet, Nun, Yud. He can unite these 3 names and meditate on them, joins his Creator, and averts the evil decrees and attracts blessings to this world. And those three names, Echye, Yud He Vav He, and Adonai, when they're united, Yud Aleph Aleph, He Dalet He, Vav Nun Yud, He Yud He, which we've already studied. I've already braided them together as one would braid the three strands of bread together. That is activating the middle column, because you know the names of God, of Echye, Yud He Vav He, and Adonai are the middle column, Keter, Tiferet, and Malchut. And it tells us that man, his prayers are never fruitless. They're always fruitful. And the man who performs this Yehud will always have the guarantee of the Olam Haba. And let me tell you this, in Kabbalistic prayer books, when we pray Shema Israel, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, when we say Echad, we must meditate Yud Aleph Aleph, He Dalet He, Vav Nun Yud, He Yud He, in other words, Echye, with Yud He Vav He, with Adonai. And that will guarantee Olam Haba for us. What is Olam Haba? The world in which secrets of the Creator are revealed. It is the maximum pleasure. Then the Zohar tells us about the secret of the talit, which we put on in the morning before putting on the tefillin, which is a square cloth with an opening in the middle that you put your head through, and has 4 tassels for tilin. It tells us, he who wears the talit can mitigate divine rigor. For him, there is no punishment, because he permeates his soul with a name of God that is connected to the knots of the tilin, which are called tzitzit. And that name of God forms a 39. It has a numerical value of 39. Which are the times the thread is wrapped around. There are 5 threads and a 6th one that gets wrapped around. There are 5 threads. There are 5 knots. 5 knots. What? 4 threads. There are 8. There are 8. There are 7, and the 8th one is wrapped around. That's how it is. Count them. 7, and the 8th one is wrapped around. And they form a name of God, which is written Yud Vav Dalet, He Aleph, Vav Aleph Vav, which adds up to 39. Yud Vav Dalet, He Aleph, Vav Aleph Vav. Because this is the name of Yud He Vav He, in which the final He does not appear. And it comes spelled with the Aleph in the middle. That is, the Yud is Yud Vav Dalet, the He is He Aleph, the Vav is Vav Aleph Vav with the Aleph in the middle. That name, which is worth 39, is the name of God in which the final He does not appear. And what does this mean? And why is there no punishment for he who wears the talit? Why not? Because the complete name of God is Yud He Vav He, okay? Yud and He is the world of the soul. The Vav is the world of Ruach. And the last He is the world of the physical body. But since the last He does not appear in the threads, it's assimilating an angel. And since it's simulating an angel, it has no... Angels do not have tikkun. That means that when you put on a talit, you're no longer a man, you're an angel. Because the windings of the tzitzit make up a name of God in which the final He does not appear in its numerology. When angels see a person wearing a talit, they say, this one's like us. So we can't apply the law of tikkun to them. So there is no punishment for anyone wearing a talit. And what about women? Just like there are 4 tassels around the cloth, the 4 corners of the piece of fabric, women have 4 mitzvot, represented by the 4 tassels, which we've seen are the rearing of children, the candles of Shabbat. What else? Nida and chala. Nida and chala, no. Nida has to do with circumcision, and chala has to do with the tefillin. So that's not where we are.
The egg on the challah?
The egg has to do with tefillin. The mitzvah, kasrut. Now we have 3. How many did we say there were? 4. What have we said? Child rearing, the candles of Shabbat, and kashrut. We're still missing one. There are 4 tassels, 4 corners. Let's see all your wisdom. Come on, the mitzvot of women. The seed, the egg? No, that's nida. And nida has to do with the berit milah. The snoot, very good. In other words, to dress with modesty. So women also have their tzitzit, their equivalent. Here it tells us that to symbolize the Yud He Vav without the final He, there is a posture of the body that causes the Sefirah Binah to come down over this world, the Shekhinah over this world, and for rigor to not come down over this world. What is that posture? It's the posture that the Muslims have taken from us. That is, to kneel on the ground with your face to the ground and your arms outstretched. That's why we've done away with it, to keep our rituals from looking too similar to each other. But Kohen Gadol did take that posture to lower the Binah to this world, and in some synagogues at Rosh Hashanah, I have seen some rabbis take that posture too. But if we've done away with it to not look like Muslims, how can it be replaced? With the tzitzit. And with these words, we will close the first part of the class before the meditations. But if anyone has any questions about this shiur, I'll take them now. I've given you a lot of information, I think. Yes, Sandalphon and Metatron. Would they be at a higher level than Michael? How are they positioned with respect to Michael? Metatron is the angel who governs the Sefirah Yesod. His equivalent is the name Shaddai. And Sandalphon is the angel who can compensate for the, that is, the female angel who takes the from you, whose name you know. They have different roles. But when we say Michael, the chief of all angels and who governs hundreds of angels, I'll tell you a story. Among the 72 names of God, the angel Michael is called Mem Yud Hav and then El. Mem Yud Hav is one of the 72 names of God that we have here. Mem Yud Hav. Okay. Mem Yud Hav. Mem Yud Hav has a numerical value of 70. Mem is worth 40, Yud is worth 10, and Hav is worth 20. So we have 70. What is 70? The word Sod. What is Michael? The angel of secrets. There is another angel of secrets called Raziel, because the word The word raz in Aramaic means secret, and the word meek or the code meek in Hebrew is worth 70, just like sod. In Hebrew, it's sod. In Aramaic, raz. So instead of saying sod el, secret of God, we say Michael. Raziel is in Aramaic. Raz is Aramaic. And there is a great coincidence. Hand me the chalkboard, please. If we write the word Zohar, and take out the letter He, we have the word Raz, the secret of the He. What is He? He is Malchut. That is the secret of the world we live in. That is the Zohar. Raz He, the secret of the He. Okay. Yes, in Bereshit, and in the story of Noah, who is a key figure, there is something about Noah being a just man, a venerated man, but there is an incident when his children find him in his tent, drunk and naked. Could you tell us more about that? You've spoken critically about the symbolism of the story. Yes. After the flood, when Noah docked the ark and came down off the ark with his family. In this world, he had only 3 sons among whom to divide the world. So that's a lot of acreage for each son, to divvy up the whole world among 3. But one of them disagreed with the possibility of there being a distribution among more than 3. That was Ham. And the story is as follows. The nudity and drunkenness of Noah wasn't physical nudity or actual drunkenness. Nudity meant that Noah knew the secrets of heaven, and he also knew, well, drunkenness always comes from wine. The word for wine is yayin. Its numerology is 70. 70 is equivalent to the word tzod. That means he knew the secrets. He was imbued with the secrets of heaven. And thanks to that, he had control over matter. When his sons saw that he had that control, they wanted to inherit it. They wanted to inherit that power. One of them didn't want his father to have more sons so as to not share more of the inheritance. That was Ham. So what did he do? He castrated his father. He castrated him. His son, Ham, castrated his father. The 4th son that Noah could have had was going to be the Mashiach. That is, all the suffering of mankind from Noah until now could have been avoided. So the Creator was greatly angered against Ham, and he was punished. End of story. Any more questions? I have one that is so simple I'm a bit embarrassed to ask it. I have a vague idea, but why is the sea salty? Why? Why is the sea salty? What a great question. Why is the sea salty? Don't think it's a simple question. No, it's a very deep question. water represents chesed, but salt represents destruction. Why? Because we know that salt is corrosive. For example, if you park your car next to the seashore, it will rust because salt is corrosive. When the Lord created the world and created the continents and created the oceans, He told the ocean, you have a limit beyond which you cannot overflow. That's called the beach, the shore. And many people ask, why doesn't the ocean overflow the continents? And it's because the Lord said, Shaddai, stop. And just as good has been created, so has evil been created. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told evil, you can only go this far. You have a limit. You have a job to do, but there is a limit to it. Corrosion has its limit. Okay? That's your answer. And now we'll take a short break, have some refreshment, and then continue with the meditation. Any further questions? No? This is the name with which to invoke the Mashiach. Vav Shin Resh. So, let's meditate on it. We'll connect to him, and each can petition him for what they want. And then it's up to him. We'll connect to the Mashiach. This is the name through which to connect with the Mashiach. We'll connect with him, and then let each one make their petition. And since there are many petitions, let each one make theirs according to what's in their heart. This is name 32 of the 72 names of God, Vav Shin Resh. Vav Shin Resh. And I'm curious to know what the Mashiach is going to tell each one of you. I'm intrigued by that. Now that's eavesdropping. No, that's sharing an experience with others. I know, I was just joking. Let me give you an example. Could anyone here read 30 books in 1 week? No. What if each of us, the 30 of us here, supposing we were 30, read a book and wrote a summary of it, and then told that summary to a classmate? Would that be like reading 30 books? Yes. That's why we share the experience. I was just joking. I'm telling it to you as a multiplying effect. Of course. Okay. Let's put our feet parallel to each other on the floor. Our hands, palms up on our knees. Backs straight, eyes closed. Let's inhale and exhale deeply 3 times. Breathing in positive energy and exhaling all the stress we carry inside ourselves. Again. Again. Now we envision ourselves inside a golden Magen David. We're inside the hexagon of the Star of David. We see ourselves as a column of white light. Before us, another golden Magen David that works as a screen. It's the size of this room. We're going to invoke 3 letters. The letter Vav. The letter Vav appears. We light it as if it was a candle. It has a wick at the top. We light it as if it was a lit candle. Now we invoke the letter Shin. It appears with its 3 vertical lines. We light all 3 of them like 3 candles. Now we invoke the letter Resh, which comes to us in white. And the letter Resh, we also put a wick at the top of it and light it. Now we have all three letters lit. We unite the three lights, that of Bav, that of Shin, and that of Resh, into one central light that will now burn out of the tip of the Star of David, working as a screen, and come to our Star of David. That white light comes in through the tip of our Star of David, enters, descends, and penetrates our skulls, lights up our brains. It descends to our hearts, it lights up our hearts. It descends to our liver, it lights up the liver. Ascends to the heart, lights up the heart, ascends to the brain, lights up the brain. Descends to the heart, ascends to the brain. Descends to the heart, ascends to the brain. Descends to the heart, brain, 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 heart, brain. We expel it out through our skulls as if it were a cloud of light, and around us, magnetizing our aura, snowflakes of light are falling. Now we form a circle. We see a ray of golden light in our hearts that links together the hearts of all those present and will revolve from left to right, counterclockwise, linking together all our hearts, a ray of golden light, like sunlight, that will unite the strength of all our hearts. And we will repeat the word echad slowly twice. In the middle of our circle, a light descends. It's the light of the soul of the Mashiach. And we'll repeat the word echad twice. It's in the middle of our circle, and it's open to receive your questions. I leave you to have free dialogue with him. Now we take 3 deep breaths. Again. Again. And we open our eyes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, with that, as I said, the Mashiach would reveal himself, and his way of revealing himself was to give each of us a spark from his soul. That is his revelation. Et voila!